Imagine an isolated paradise in the middle of the Indian Ocean, where a giant bird roams freely without fear of anything. It looks at humans with curiosity instead of fleeing. Yet that very innocence would turn it into one of the saddest symbols in the history of biology. This is the dodo, a bird that vanished from the earth in the blink of an eye. Aberrance and distinctive behavior. The dodo looked unlike any bird you've ever seen, standing nearly 1 meter tall and weighing up to 20 kilograms. It had a plump body and tiny wings too small to lift its heavy frame off the ground. Its most striking feature was its long, hooked beak, both imposing and oddly clumsy in appearance. Though a distant relative of pigeons, the dodo abandoned the skies to live entirely on land. It moved slowly and calmly because on its native island of Mauritius, it had no natural predators. The dodo's diet consisted mainly of fallen fruits, seeds, and forest roots. Notably, it shared a unique symbiotic relationship with the tambalakok tree. Its seeds were more likely to germinate after passing through the dodo's digestive system. Unable to fly, the dodo built its nest directly on the ground. Hidden among dense vegetation, its nest was simple. Just a layer of dry leaves where it placed its greatest hope. A single egg per breeding season. Dodos were monogamous and highly devoted partners. They worked together to guard their nest and care for their egg. The breeding season typically lasted from March to August, when food was most abundant. The incubation period lasted around 45 days once hatched. The chick was carefully protected by its parents. However, the journey from chick to full maturity took 1 to 2 years, a long and perilous process, especially with nests exposed on the ground to invasive predators.
Because it was unable to fly, the dodo was forced to build its nest directly on the ground. It typically chose deep forest areas hidden among dense shrubs to avoid the watchful eyes of predators. The dodo's nest was far from elaborate like those of songbirds. It simply gathered dry leaves, grass, and small twigs to form a basic bedding layer on the forest floor of Mauritius. This was also its fatal weakness. Each breeding season, usually beginning after the rainy season from March to August, the female laid only a single egg. The dodo's egg was exceptionally large, matching the bird's massive body size with only one chance per season. Both parents devoted all their energy and attention to protecting this single egg. Dodos lived in pairs and practiced biparental care, with both male and female sharing responsibility for raising their young. They took turns incubating the egg continuously for about 45 days. During this time, the nest was never left unattended. When one went out to forage, the other remained to keep the egg warm and guard it from small reptiles. Dodos were highly aggressive when defending their nest, They used their large hooked beaks and sturdy wings to drive away any creature that dared approach their precious egg from hatching to adulthood. Early stage. Newly hatched chicks were extremely fragile and entirely dependent on their parents. The adults fed them by regurgitating soft fruits or partially digested food. The chicks grew relatively quickly, soon able to walk and forage under the supervision of their parents. However, it took about a year for them to reach their full size and develop adult plumage. Learning to survive. Young dodos learned how to distinguish edible seeds and fruits by observing their parents scratching and foraging on the forest floor.
The dodo's parenting system functioned perfectly for millions of years, until humans arrived. Because their nests were built on the ground, their eggs and chicks became easy prey for wild pigs, monkeys, and rats brought to the island by sailors. With only one egg laid per year, the loss of even a single egg meant the population could not recover fast enough to withstand the rate of destruction. In summary, the dodo's method of raising its young was a combination of strong parental devotion and a fragile reproductive strategy. This very dedication, without any fallback mechanism, left them unable to cope with sudden changes brought by the outside route.
The Western world first encountered the dodo in 1549, when Dutch sailors arrived on Mauritius, but that moment also marked the beginning of its end. The dodo did not go extinct primarily because humans hunted it for food. Its meat was reportedly unappealing. Instead, it was wiped out by uninvited guests brought by humans, pigs, dogs, rats, and monkeys. These animals destroyed nests and devoured the dodo's eggs and chicks. By 181, the last dodo had fallen. In less than a century, a species that had existed for millions of years disappeared forever. Can we correct the mistakes of the past?
The good news is that scientists are now working to revive the dodo using CRISPR gene editing technology by extracting DNA from preserved specimens and combining it with that of its closest living relative, the Nicobar pigeon. This ambitious project is closer than ever to bringing the dodo back to Mauritius.
Reviving the dodo is not just about restoring a lost species. It is a promise that humanity is willing to take responsibility and repair the damage done to nature. Perhaps one day the clumsy footsteps of the dodo will once again echo across untouched shores.
Thank you for listening to the journey of the dodo. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss more fascinating stories about the creatures of our planet.